A spokesperson is different from a speaker, but yet a spokesperson is a speaker. So, for example, when I get hired as a spokesperson, a company is coming to me because they like who I am, what I have to say, what my books represent, and they represent a brand or a company that wants to partner with me to get their message out. So I become the spokesperson for that company. I do radio interviews, print interviews, but I also will do live speaking engagements. So there's a way that it becomes one in the same, but to become a spokesperson per se is usually involving media interviews on TV, on radio, in print. Doing a speaker, most people think of that, they do it for themselves, they're doing it to sell books, but I've found that they both can exist simultaneously. I love telling the story of how I broke into being a spokesperson because I didn't actually say, I know, this year I want to become a spokesperson. It was 1998 and I had just published my first couple of books, and the first area where I was publishing books was all in weddings, because as a writer, what do? You write what you know. So when I was getting married, I was writing magazine articles and I kept thinking, I want to write a book. So then I wrote books on getting married and having weddings and planning weddings and buying gifts and la 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 la. So it was 1998 before, people were really emailing, and I remember the phone rang and it was Edelman in Chicago, which is a very big PR firm. And they were calling to say, we represent Sears. Sears is starting a new bridal registry program, actually a gift registry program. We see you've written a book called The Bridal Registry Book. Would you like to be our spokesperson? And at that time, I had no idea what a spokesperson was. My husband used to work in PR, so I remember saying, can you hold on a second? Putting my hand over the receiver and saying, do I want to be a spokesperson? It's like, yeah, they make a lot of money. So I was like, okay. But the reason it worked for me was having had those books under my belt, I had already done some media on my own behalf to promote my book. So I had some TV clips, I had some quotes in magazines and newspapers. So the PR firm knew that I was a legit entity when it came to speaking to the media. So any authors that are thinking they might want to get work as a spokesperson, whether proactively or by accident like I did, you've really got to be your own media engine. You've got to get out there. You've got to get the TV clips. You've got to be comfortable with promoting yourself. Because if you get hired as a spokesperson, you're going to be promoting somebody else. And if you're not comfortable promoting yourself, I don't know how successful you would be as a spokesperson for somebody else.
Thank you for listening. Please review our other available content for help writing, publishing, and marketing your book. If you have any questions about the Author Learning Center, please contact us by email at authorsupport@authorlearningcenter.com.